Netflix's Devil May Cry creator has denied that the show is Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. Roll this up over at fandompulse.com. You can find the link on the description in the description below. So Adi Shankar, who is the creator and showrunner for Netflix's most recent animated Devil May Cry series, he has denied the idea that the show was Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. So just to kind of give you some context, back in March, we had ex-user Marshall Boheman reacting to this exclusive clip that was shared to X by discussing film, where it kind of shows this white rabbit showing up and claiming this sword and basically saying that hell isn't really what you think it is. It's not that bad of a place, yada, yada, yada. And Marshall Behemoth says, demons aren't evil, you're all just bigots. And obviously that's in quotations. And he says, we're reaching levels of religion bad we didn't think were possible. And then Adi says, feels like a bad faith take. My show isn't saying religion bad. So I think that was kind of maybe a reasonable answer at the time. Again, this is before the show released, March 21st, and then Shankar responding on March 22nd. If you watch the clip, the white rabbit is clearly an evil person. And so there could have been maybe like, okay, this is just the bad guy saying this, right? This isn't what they're actually going for. This isn't how they're actually trying to depict this. This is what the bad guy is saying. Bad guys lie. Bad guys do immoral things all the time to convince people of whatever bad thing that they are trying to do, right? So that could have been a reasonable assumption. However, the show has come out, and many people are pointing out this is exactly what the show did. Ex-user Belcanto says, after watching the entire show, that is exactly what you're getting. And again, he's reacting to this feels like a bad faith take. My show isn't saying religion bad. And he's saying, after watching the entire show, that is exactly what you were getting at. The entire show was Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. And then Shankar just responds with this. No, he doesn't elaborate. He doesn't offer any alternative interpretation. He just says, no, that's not what my show is about, because that is going to convince the critics of this show that that's not what it is about. And it seems numerous people are pointing out that this is exactly what the show is about. We had this guy, Toasty Haymaker, which I highlighted in a previous video. He says the only character who talks about the Lord is the corrupt politician. You added Jesus Christ to Devil May Cry just to make him an accessory to an obvious setup villain. You lied. Ex-user G-Warning said they unironically made it about the evil Americans invading hell and killing the poor innocent demons. And Green Day's American Idiot starts playing. Ex-user Manga Lawyer compared the show's depiction of demons to the Rings of Power's depiction of orcs, where it attempted to paint them as sympathetic. We're just people who want our own homeland, yada, yada, yada. And Manga Lawyer says, wait a minute, where have I seen this before? Ex-user Yee went into a little bit of an in-depth review here, but he also points out basically what everyone is saying in a much kind of longer format. A lot of people are pointing out in a much shorter format, but he says this: Netflix Devil May Cry was so bad. I'm so angry. All the changes they made were crap. Also, Virgil is willingly working for Mundus now, WTF, and making some of the demons just innocent little families with kids is such cliche BS. I'm so tired of this garbage. There are way better ways to do stories about minorities and refugees. I really need them to stop taking irredeemably evil monsters that are there so we have something for the heroes to fight against and not feel bad about killing and using them as metaphors for minorities or refugees. I get they're trying to do a thing of, look, these people you view as monsters were actually just innocents all along, but I hate it. It completely changes the story that was already there when you do this. And it's such a BS thing to keep doing. Monsters and demons keep being used as metaphors for people like this, and I think it's kind of horrible. Please, I need this to stop. Now we have a storyline about how humans, America is invading the demon realm and bombing the place, and it's so not subtle. Don't you see? Humans are the real baddies. Now, obviously, he had much more criticisms as this thread actually continued, but you get the picture here. He is literally confirming or affirming what we saw here from Belcanto, saying the entire show was Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. And again, I mean, more and more people were doing this. We have this guy, Jack, simplifying it even further with this gif of SpongeBob yelling at Squidward, and says the Devil May Cry Netflix series be like Christianity and America bad. So I haven't watched the show. don't plan on watching the show, don't think anyone should be watching the show. I think I've seen enough clips of the show to kind of get an idea of what this show is about, and it does seem like what people like Belcanto, what Yee are saying is true. It does seem to show that Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. I mean, there's whole clips of this. There's one where you see the Americans bombing hell. They go through a portal. They target a number of the demon creatures, and the demons are clearly shown as sympathetic and are obviously supposed to be allegories to refugees and immigrants. And then one of the most egregious clips I saw was shared by Cabrutus Rambo. I went into detail about that in my other video and showed how it is a perfect example of what Bishop Fulton Sheen was warning us about when it comes to false compassion. And again, it is exactly what Mangaloyer was saying, but I think it actually takes it a step further. So obviously it has this kind of like, we're just people trying to survive. Our world has been poisoned and we have to come here to escape. We're just innocent and we want our own homeland and we want our freedom, etc. And it tries to do that. Lady actually is like, y'all are demons. I don't really trust you. That's a bunch of BS garbage. I'm not buying it. So like you actually get her saying like, no, I'm not buying this crap. Y'all are demons. But then you get another sob story from the demons. And what do they say? They say that like, oh, we were brought here by the white rabbit creature. And what is he doing? He's experimenting on all of the children who don't have parents, and he's performing all kinds of terrible things. And then that is what convinces Lady to put down her gun. And that's exactly what the show is trying to get you to do as well, because they want you to imitate, mimic what the protagonists, the quote-unquote heroes, are doing in the show. They want you to feel sorry, sympathetic for these demons, and they're taking it they're adding more and more steps in order for you to like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't actually feel sympathetic towards demons. But if they go we take it a step further and add even more trauma and make them even more sympathetic, well, you have to accept it then. And that is what this show is doing. It's even more diabolical. Yeah, that's a double entendre there, right? Or a pun or whatever you want to call it. Than the Rings of Power. So show is an absolute disaster. This guy is denying what numerous people are saying, what it is, and he offers no explanation or alternative to how people are viewing his work. And based on things I've seen, what this guy's done in the past, I guess what he did in later seasons of Castlevania over on Netflix, it seems like this is a trend with this guy, and he does seem to be ideologically motivated in that sense here. So anything this guy touches, I think moving forward, probably a good bet to avoid. But let me know what you guys make of his one-word response here to people saying that the show is simply just Christian bad, America bad, illegals good. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.